Hello, Galaxy. Chris Pirillo here with yet another tech question to answer. Keep asking those questions because every week I'll answer a different one for free. I'm going to be playing Twin Cobra this time around, and I hope I've got the refresh rate synchronized with the frame rate of the video. Had some issues last week with Root Beer Tapper, but it was still a lot of fun to play. I also want to let you know before I start that over on chrispirillo.com, I've already shared last week's tech advice and opinions, including why techies are complete suckers for online reviews, why technology does not help you be more healthy, how the lack of morality in the tech sector will destroy us, where can you store files safely online when you can't, and what Google should do to improve Android dramatically. And then over on creatoradvocate.com, for people looking for my entrepreneurial, professional, or creator advice, I shared why doesn't community move beyond a single platform? Should you buy an existing account? Should you buy followers? And by the way, the answer to those two questions are yes or no. What's the best way to manage your social accounts? And then the fifth thing that I gave everybody over on creatoradvocate.com is getting permission should be better than waiting for forgiveness. So if you want to learn more about those things, you can head over to those websites and check them out. If you just want to see me playing the video game, that's what I'm here for. Today, the question I'm going to be answering for free for everybody who's watching is, why did people stop downloading apps? This is for real, like a majority, and when I say majority, we're talking like almost 100% of the people out there who may have a smartphone just don't download a new app every month, which sounds silly, right? I mean, I remember way back in the day when apps were brand new and, you know, I wanted to download all the apps, and you probably were able to because there were like maybe 4 to download. But anymore, the bigger issue that a lot of app developers are running into is not something where people are having an issue with the price necessarily, although having to go with the freemium model has ultimately saved a lot of business models out there, specifically if they happen to be app developers not funded by some kind of VC or angel investment. And, you know, they're running into problems where people, they've spent all this time, you know, working on this amazing app possibly, and nobody's buying it if it's for sale, and nobody's downloading it even if it's for free. So why? Why did people stop downloading apps? Well, I've got a few ideas as to why people stop downloading apps. One, they don't need to. You really don't need to download a ton of apps to have a decent experience. I don't remember Twin Cobra being this challenging at the first stage, but oh well. So you don't need third-party apps if everything you have on your phone works well enough, and most people, you know, may just use the apps that are there on the phone. They're using it to text friends back and forth, so Messenger app. And we're talking about, you know, any kind of platform, any of the major platforms, or I should say either of the major platforms today. The issue of getting people to download something else, you know, you've got to be able to convince them, oops, I did not mean to do that, that the thing that you've got is amazing or more amazing, that's going to unlock certain features and power and potential that they can't otherwise get, that they absolutely need, like they can't live without that app. And we haven't even begun to talk about attrition. Like, think about all the apps that you have installed on your phone right now that don't get used on a monthly basis. We're not even talking about that. We're talking specifically about people no longer actively downloading new applications on a regular basis. And that is, it's stymieing a lot of app developers out there, and specifically companies that have been funded. You don't feel the need, or if you don't feel the need to download something, you're not going to download it. Even after you've downloaded it, if you have no reason to log in on a regular basis, or really increase an app's MAU, or monthly active users, as they call it, you just forget about it. And then ultimately, the next time you go to clean out your phone, if you've ever cleaned out your phone, or organize your phone, I'm an incessant organizer, you know, you get rid of the app that you're no longer using. And that was something, that was a reckoning I had back when I had a problem installing an operating system update, and I basically had to nuke all my preferences, and in doing so, I like killed probably 90% of the apps that I had installed on the tablet, because I just realized, you know, I'm not using them. They haven't been updated in years, and they're really providing no value in my life. And it's not that, you know, the apps necessarily take up a lot of space either, because they don't, by and large. Depending on the app and how it was optimized or not optimized. Dude, I don't remember the first level being this challenging. But I did well. I got top score. I'm going to continue. I have unlimited power! What was I saying? Unlimited power. I'm just going to nuke this guy. Unless he nukes me. So, I can keep plunking in virtual quarters until I'm done answering this question. And I will. So, as I'm breaking the sweat playing Twin Cobra, having so many apps, out there available, I think also provides a hurdle for the user. Like, imagine you want to find an app that does X. So you go and download the first app that you find searching for X. But the problem is now, it's like the opposite problem. You used to have just a few apps to select from. Now there's like a near unlimited supply of apps, and most of them are junk. So imagine if you've got a choice. You walk into, let's say, all right, I'm going to say, even though I'm a vegan, I'm going to say you walk into an ice cream parlor. Although they do make vegan ice cream, it does have no animal products in it, but it does usually contain oil, which I avoid, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, I've already lost all my lives. You walk into an ice cream parlor, and you see two flavors. It's easy to It's easy to make the choice. Like you're looking for ice cream because you came to the ice cream store, right? And you need to pick a flavor. One of two things, right? Easy to make that decision. How am I just accidentally tripping that button? Versus having, let's say, a choice of 31 ice cream flavors when you walk into a shop, and it will take you longer to choose. And if you are not that motivated to get that ice cream, are you gonna get something that you're not sure if it's going to suit you, if it's going to match your expectations, or are you just gonna walk out? And I think people are just overwhelmed by the amount of choice in the marketplace. Which, understand, I'm not against. I think we need to have choice in the marketplace, if only to drive up competition. But in terms of downloading new apps, the reason why people aren't downloading new apps is because they don't need them. Like, they're good, they're set. Or perhaps their friends dictate which apps they might get. Like, if a friend says, here, download X and then we can do Y, then I may be inclined to get it if I'm so motivated. Not so much, though, because I don't really have friends like that who tell me, hey, you need to download this. I'm like, yeah, yo! Trying to get that S. Come on, S. Don't go away. Don't go. Of course, I went away. So the virality of apps is enough, to keep app developers motivated to creating new apps and new app experiences. Another reason why people may not be downloading new apps is because they're fine with what they have, even if it's not the default. They just need a few of the social apps, maybe a couple of games that they may be, they may be playing through, messaging apps. Anything that you can possibly think of. But, when you think about the biggies, I think they're sucking the air all out of the room. Like, yeah, you can download a Google app, or you can download, let's say, not Google, what am I thinking? Hang on, it'll come back to me in a second. I'm just trying to blast through this level. Whoa, can't get past that. Whoa. Oh, crud. Facebook is the other developer. Didn't drop the bomb soon enough. Facebook. So Facebook, ultimately acquired a big app. Oh, sorry. They acquired Instagram because Instagram had enough organic engagement, and it didn't necessarily do anything different. Like, we didn't see, Instagram being radical. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it was probably one of the least interesting photo posting apps at the time. Back in the day, it used to be Flickr. And some people still use Flickr. It's a Yahoo property, if you're not already aware. Or, I'm sorry, what's Yahoo now? Yahoo's called something else. It's a common word. Oh, what's the word? It's that forgettable. Yahoo is probably what I'm going to call it for the rest of my life. But Flickr was also acquired. It was developed by an indie app developer, and Flickr at the time was really getting into the social web, so it made the acquisition. And so a lot of what I'm saying is, these smaller apps, if they've got prowess, or if their engineering team is skilled, they're likely to get acquired. Not necessarily because they're getting a ton of app engagement, but because what they can do from a skill set point of view can enable a larger company. So the company, a large company that you may or may not be aware of. Why didn't I land? Oh, I didn't get any bonuses because I kept dying. So, you know, people tend to go with things that they know. So if you've got Facebook installed, why do you need to install something else? Why? You know, unless your friends are begging you to do it, or unless it dramatically improves your life, why would you download something new? You know, I honestly got rid of a lot of apps. I don't even download a new app, maybe, but once a month. And even then, it's because I have a specific need that the app might be able to do. Like I found like an animated GIF creator wherein I could effectively capture a YouTube video into a GIF. I didn't like it. It missed expectations, and I couldn't pay for it. I would have paid for it, but unfortunately, it attached like a watermark, and I'm like, well, that's annoying. I don't want that. So I got rid of it. And so, you know, I then ultimately just waited until I could get back to a desktop machine and just created a GIF with the Jiffy application, which is free, easy, and readily available. I just couldn't do it by way of mobile. You know, it's not that the complexity is all that much. So I can understand that if you're making the argument, well, it's so difficult to download new apps. Dude, you'd be talking like over a decade ago when it was a challenge to download new apps. I did not have any non-default apps on the pre-smartphone devices that I had back in the... flew right into that one. Back in the day, because it was a pain. I certainly wasn't going to pay for it. Didn't even want them for free, because I'm like, how the heck am I going to manage this stuff? The iPhone changed all that, and of course we see the same thing in the Android App Store. So it's not about difficulty. I think it has to do mostly with being overwhelmed, mostly with already being taken care of with the apps they currently have installed, or effectively not being told what to download by their certain social circles. So, you know, it's one of the reasons why when people ask, hey, what programs do you have? You know, can you show us what's in your dock? I guess that's what it's called. You know, that may be exciting for you, but honestly, I ran out of bombs. I gotta tell you, look at a default phone. That's what it looks like. I don't download a lot of apps. I don't keep a lot of apps. I don't need a lot of apps. If I can't get to it by way of the mobile web, you know, I don't need something siphoning battery life. You know, I use what I use, and I live as a tech minimalist, which is something that is very, very, how should I say it? Recommended. If you've not yet gone on a tech fast or effectively a detox, then I would recommend it, especially if it has to do with applications that you are or are not using on a regular basis. These are probably not the best places to stand my Tron figurines, but I'm going to keep them here anyway. So there is my answer to why have people stopped downloading apps. Why do most people not download apps on a monthly basis? Do people still care about apps? My answer is no, because they aren't thinking about it. They don't care. There's no reason. What they've currently got, I flew right into that, is suiting them well enough. Like, you could try to sell me on, let's say, a new game system. I'm like, can it play Twin Cobra? No. Then I'm not interested. Oh. Can it help me play Twin Cobra better? Possibly. that wouldn't take much. I can tell you this. I never had this many quarters to be able to make it this far in the game. There we go. Trying to maximize the bomb radius. Do this. A little easier to do when you're further away and you don't need to be as close. You're not under fire so close. Okay, am I going to land this time? All right, everybody, come up with another good question. I posted another free video over in the classic Chris Pirillo channel, if you're interested. That question that I answered was, what is my favorite gadget all year? What's the best gadget I have found, or the best gadget I have all year? I'm not sure what the title is exactly, but it has to do with the best gadget I've found all year. The best gadget, period. You'll enjoy that. Head over to youtube.com/Chris Pirillo to get that. Of course, if you head over to youtube.com/Star Wars Radar, that's our new Star Wars YouTube channel. We've got about 48,000 Star Wars fans on Twitter following us already. Kind of shocking, isn't it? You didn't think I had that many fans in the community. Well, I do. The YouTube channel is kind of new, although we are also on Instagram, and we've got a Facebook page and a group for other Star Wars fans, so you can join us there. And I assume if you've watched this long, then you're really, really interested in retro video games. I am as well. So my intention is to be able to play a different retro video game. Oh, I'm out of coins. Hang on. Every week as I answer the questions. There we go. So if you have any retro video game recommendations, one that you want to see me play, feel free to make the recommendation. I've got a few on the list that I'd like to play, that I have played, some that I actually beat in the arcade. Not that I plan on beating Twin Cobra tonight. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Interested in your thoughts. If you are interested in supporting my endeavors and getting even more tech stuff from me, head over to chrispirillo.com. Professional or business advice, head over to creatoradvocate.com. I'm out of bombs! Don't ask me for video game playing advice, though. That's not my bailiwick. Ah! Which, by the way, is the word of the day. If you made it this far, use the word bailiwick in a comment. Try to spell it correctly. You have spell checker. You don't need an app installed for that. I love you. I appreciate you. And may the force be with you.